We have the evidence right here. Care to explain your presence?
He sat in the interrogation room laughing, showing no remorse. But soon, reality hit him like a ton of bricks.
You're under arrest. Okay. 4 counts of first-degree murder.
15-year-old Nicholas Browning had murdered his entire family in cold blood, and now he was about to pay the ultimate price for his crime. From the outside, the Browning family looked like they had everything. They lived in a large home in a quiet, upscale suburb. John Browning, 45, was a successful and respected attorney, while his wife, Tamara, 44, was a devoted stay-at-home mother. Together, they were raising their 3 sons, Nicholas, Gregory, and Benjamin. In what appeared to be a stable and comfortable environment, little did anyone know that a storm was brewing.
I was with Ryan, Alex, and Nick. We were at Ryan's house in the morning because we slept over there last night.
What time did you guys go over last night?
I went over there right after school.
On the night of February 1st, 2008, 15-year-old Nicholas Browning was spending the night at a friend's house. At some point during the night, he left quietly, saying he needed to stop by his house to grab some keys. But when he came back, he claimed he had fallen asleep in the car and never went inside. Yet, everything seemed completely normal. The following day, he had fun with friends, played video games, and went out to the mall.
What time did he go there? Like 12:30. Last night? Yes. What did he go home for? Truthfully, we were going to just take his car out.
Okay, what did you guys do there last night?
Mostly, we were playing cross out front and then we played video games.
It wasn't until the 4 teens were dropped off at Nick's residence that things went completely south. When they arrived, Nicholas stepped inside for a moment, then rushed back out and frantically called 911. Inside, Nicholas's parents and siblings lay dead, shot in their own home. And when police arrived, the scene raised way more questions than answers.
Nobody broke into the house last night.
At first, Nicholas lied. He claimed he had not left his friend's house at all. He suggested that maybe someone had broken in overnight, but there was no signs of forced entry and nothing was stolen. And to fill in the gaps, the officers began mapping out the timeline, and they turned to Nicholas's friends. At first, they hesitated and guarded, not wanting to say anything that might get him into trouble. But that silence didn't last long, and within minutes, their stories started to unravel.
I'm having 2 people tell me he left the house. This is a murder investigation. 4 people have been murdered tonight. You don't want to start lying to me right now. I will drag you down with this if you start lying with me. You need to tell me 100% truth. I already know he's left the house.
He just told me he's going. He's gonna might take the car. He went
Did
there.
you say where we was going to go with the car?
No, he did not. I mean, woke up and he said fell asleep or whatever. So he said fell asleep in his car. And then he walked back, I guess, or biked. I don't know which one he did.
Okay.
While his friends grew nervous under questioning, Nicholas remained unusually calm, almost confident. Given the gravity of the situation, his behavior didn't match that of a teenager who had just lost his entire family. He repeated his version of events. However, as detectives continued to question him and point out the flaws in his story, that confidence began to crack. And then came a small mistake that would have a huge impact on the entire investigation.
And then at around 1:30, stupid me, I went back to my house to try to get the car, and the keys were, where my parents were, the lights were on in the house, and so I didn't want to take the car out, so because the lights were on, I was sort of worried. And so I went in the car and started yelling, they'll go to bed in a half hour and the lights will be off, so I was sitting there, and I fall asleep.
So did you ever get inside to get keys at all, or?
No, I was in that car, but never inside the house.
Okay.
If Nick had truly not gone in the house due to the lights being on, how did he know where his parents were? And if he didn't get the keys, how would he explain what his friends said during the interrogation?
As far as you know, did he tell you he get driven around at all last night?
Nah, he said he didn't at all.
Okay.
But then today at the mall, he said he couldn't get the keys, and he pulls the car keys out of his jacket, and he said he said they were just in there. He didn't even know. I remember Nick told his little brothers how he was gonna get in to keep the basement door unlocked. That's how he was gonna get in the keys.
Did he call his little brother?
Yeah, he called him.
And that's how he's gonna get in the house?
Yes.
The basement door?
Yeah, the slider.
Like where the pool table is, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, that.
Right, that's real important.
I should remember that.
That's cool. Thank you.
Nick's friends also informed the investigators about his bitter relationship with his father. Now armed with crucial information, the investigators pressed Nick harder for the truth.
All your friends are saying that your father was uncharacteristically dislivid with you yesterday. I think that you killed your family. And the more you lie, the deeper it's going to get for you. You're 15 years old. You really do still have a life ahead of you. But the more you lie, the deeper it gets for you. That nobody broke into that house.
Because we know.
That nobody broke into that house.
Because we know.
I have to convince you. The key means nothing to an experienced officer, maybe, but a jury.
In the early hours of February 3rd, 2008, Nicholas finally confessed. That night, Nicholas had walked home alone in the dark, entered through the basement, and prepared himself. He put on gloves, grabbed his father's handgun, went upstairs. His father was asleep on the couch. He stood over him and pulled the trigger and killed him with a single shot to the head.
Nick, what happened? He hit me and he killed me a times, and that was the.
You're at life scale, you're at life scale, for God's sakes.
I sat there for half hours.
He was sleeping.
Yeah, standing over him. I went between putting the gun up to his head and pulling it back down and up.
Do you have a pillow up too, or?
Yeah, just a gun.
He went upstairs and shot his mother twice as she slept. Next, he entered his brother's room. Gregory was killed instantly. The noise woke 11-year-old Benjamin, who raised his hand to protect himself. Nicholas shot him twice in the face, one bullet grazing his finger.
And then I shot my mom. And then
She's still sleeping.
yeah,
Why the brothers, man?
I thought no one was there to say anything that my story would go, because I was the only one.
Afterward, Nicholas tried to stage the scene as a burglary. He dumped the gun in nearby bushes and returned to his friend's house, where he went back to sleep as if nothing had happened.
I need to know where the gun is, though. We can't have it out there.
It's on Shore Road.
Nicholas Browning was charged as an adult with 4 counts of first-degree murder and denied bail. Just days later, he spent his 16th birthday in a jail cell while hundreds of people gathered to mourn his family at their funeral. In court, his defense team argued that he had endured years of abuse and that his actions were the result of a deeply troubled home life.
He told me that his dad just sometimes would say something, like, I don't know, when he got caught drinking or whatever. And his dad was like, said something like a failure or something.
Is it degrading to him and stuff?
Yeah.
No, he said his dad's like really like hard on him though.
However, prosecutors pointed to his apparent lack of remorse. They also introduced evidence from a jailhouse phone call made shortly before sentencing in which Nicholas spoke about the idea of escaping prison. In October 2008, Nicholas pleaded guilty to all 4 counts of first-degree murder, avoiding a full trial. He was sentenced to 4 life terms, with 2 to be served consecutively, ensuring that he would spend decades behind bars before even being considered for parole. But even now, there's one question that just doesn't go away. Was this justice? Because while he grows older, even in a prison cell, the people he killed never will. He didn't just take lives. He raised futures, including the very people who gave him life.